I know that a lot of people from the comment section are going to hate me because of this, but hey, I don't care. I'm just stating my own opinion. And I don't know why every single time when somebody states an opinion on YouTube, everybody needs to go commando on him in the comment section. So, I don't care. But anyways, I was thinking about this the other day, like programming versus game development versus web development. What should you choose if you're a complete beginner? Now, of course, this comes back to the person, what you love, what you're passionate about. Because nowadays I see a lot of people, they just hear, oh, you can make a lot of money being a programmer. They're like, oh, I want to jump into it. It's not as easy as that. Of course, there are examples of that, but it's better when you're passionate about something. And before I continue with this, because a lot of people are going to be, you're biased towards game development, blah, 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 blah. I don't care. No, but just kidding. Anyways, I am a certified Android developer. Now, this, probably a lot of you didn't know because I went to, let's call it a boot camp for 1 year for Android development, because when I started to learn how to code, I wanted to make apps. I had passion for game development since I was, like in my diapers, but when I first started, I wanted to get into app development. So I went into the so-called Android Academy or Android Development Academy, and I went through it 1 year and I got certified and yada, yada, yada. Yeah. I have a diploma. I have a degree, It's not a degree, it's a diploma. But anyways, what I love when it comes to game development, because I tried, I worked on some Android apps or created a few of them, small ones, of course. I tried to learn web development as well. And I am into game development. What I find fascinating, what I find that game development has advantage over all of these fields is that game development is so visual. Like you can see everything right away. And now, of course, everybody's going to say, yeah, but in Android, you can see the buttons, you can see on the web as well. I mean that you can create a product faster with games than when it comes to websites. Now, of course, depending on the feature of the website, if it's static or not, front end, back end, so on and so forth. There are also so many technologies when it comes to these fields that you need to incorporate together to make everything work. When it comes to game development, you pick a game engine, it has its own programming language, you just put in the assets, put them together, and there you go. Like, for example, let's take Flappy Bird, everybody's favorite, and this is not, I'm not encouraging you to go into create Flappy Bird, calm down, but like Flappy Bird is a so small game that reached millions of people, and it was a huge success, and it was a very, very small game. Like, I cannot imagine you can create something small, a small caliber like that when it comes to an Android app, iOS app, or a web app. Now, of course, there are probably exceptions, there are probably examples, but only a few of them. When it comes to games, you can create small games as long as your imagination can go. And I know a lot of you guys are like, well, technically, you can do the same thing with Android. I don't care. Just give your examples in the comment below, because I really would like to hear your opinion. But again, when it comes to beginners who want to choose 1, 2, or 3, I would advise that you get into game development. And I don't want to hear in the comments, well, in game development it's hard to get a job. It's the same in every industry. Like, it's not that easier to get a job as a web developer or an Android or iOS developer, or even a basic programmer. When I say basic, a general programmer, than it is with game development. Depending on which company you want to work in, the harder is the acceptance criteria, or whatever you're going to call it. It's not only about game development, and the crunch hours are not only in game development, but I talked about this in a separate video, so on and so forth. My opinion is that you should, prefer to work in smaller studios when it comes to whatever, game development, coding, or whatnot, because you will love your job much more. But anyways, give me your take about this. Leave it in the comment below. For beginners who are coming into these fields, I would advise that you go into game development if you don't know which one you want. But of course, again, that comes back to your passion. What are you passionate about? The best thing to get into is what you are passionate about. If you're passionate about creating Android apps, get into it. Now, in my case, I'm passionate about Android apps, but I'm also passionate about game development. And I choose game development because, again, it's more visual and so on and so forth. You can get faster, you can prototype faster, you can publish products faster than what you can do when it comes to, you know, iOS apps and desktop apps and web development as well. Not to mention all the technologies that go into it. When it comes to game development, you learn C# and Unity or C++ and Unreal Engine, and there you go, you're good to go. Of course, there are a few plugins that you can implement here and there, but again, they're incorporated with the language itself. So this was my take on, you know, game development versus programming versus web development. What do you think about it? Leave it in the comment below. I want to know. I'm interested, you know. I'm interested. I want to hear how you're going to bash me. Anyways, don't forget to subscribe and all of the good stuff. And also, I'm going to put my game somewhere around here, probably. You can download, support the channel, and all of the good stuff. So, yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.